There's peace. This is 7K at 2. There's peace. Oh yeah. Yeah. There we are. Here I am. And these is over here. And nothing there. Well, actually, it was him. I was invincible. What? It's just replay that. someone right there. I get him. Someone right here. Oh, they must have fallen. Oh, that's good. These two coming up. I'm up there. And get him. Friends here. I can't hear. Show me that it's invisible. Now. Is getting the loot in there. Goodbye. Okay. That's nice. There's me. We're going to take a rift. Oh man, so explosive. Oh, explosive. There's water. Who's that person? Oh. And then this person. Probably shot this guy here. And there's after he revives. There we go. Not too loud. There we go. Just go. Store. Why did I die? And everyone's here. And the last person right through here. He's welcome. I see. Right. Okay. Okay. Nothing there. You see them two in the bush there. No tree. Okay. Who cares? Yeah, but I'm gonna say
You need me for survival.
got the last kill. Okay. Four minutes until the I refresh it. And we will see. Let's see what it will be next. See what fits well. Feels what? Oh, someone got involved. Stupid man. Oh wait. I'm turning the lobby. Yeah, I stop. Just reset it. Attack. Got serpent attack. And those are still here. Okay. Where does it gift? 2000. Additional. And maybe thinks yeah, also daily gift. And free is just 200. Much better. Okay. And I think all you guys know, you have to go to Lucky Landing to get the drops now. It's like 30 minutes or up, 3 minutes or more, and you'll be able to get it. And that is what I'm going to do. Hello.
Take over, right? Those really high layers. I want to see
Very
more
good.
of those teams do exactly what I have to do today. Look up, right?
Yeah.
And contest that high ground. Kind of shoot some of those high builds out.
Yeah, he's gonna need a neck massage by the end of today, honestly. I certainly agree with that. I think we saw certain teams dominate high last week in NA. I think this time around, I want to see sort of more parity in that sense. I've always associated NA with being not just one team holding it, a bunch of different teams looking for it.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have to see. Well, thank you guys. We look forward to hearing some of these incredible games casted. So why don't we just do that? What are we waiting for? I know what you want. You want some Fortnite action. I want some Fortnite games. So find the seats on the bus. This is the NA.
Check me out.
Yes.
Taco might have teased it a little bit on
I just
social
turned
media, but the
17
cat
today.
is out of the bag. I'm Jacob PR, joined with the hottest caster on the scene, the best Taco.
Hey, Jacob, I appreciate the introduction, but Lev is going to get a little bit jealous there if you don't watch yourself. So be careful here, because what I'm really excited about is how hot this action's about to be.
Yep, Battle Bus is revved up and ready to go. And you heard them really break it down. A different change in some of these zones, but when it comes to the play style for some of these teams against the regions, it's just simply different. They're more aggressive. They're more sure of themselves in a lot of these situations.
Today
Polarized
I just
is
turned
one of those
17.
teams as well.
Next
They're
April,
very, very
I'll be
confident
turning 18.
in every move that they're made, and that's why they're no strangers to this triple contestation over towards Kenjutsu Crossing.
Yeah, and Pen
April
already
what?
with a little bit of a love tap there on his landing. A bit unfortunate, but at the same time, it's the name of the game,
I'm April
Jacob.
23rd.
Everybody here just looking for their ample opportunity.
Yep, Zyro and Yasir coming out from the former NA West region. There's some of the aggressors that I know they can be, but they definitely got their work cut out for them. And then you can see Polarized over towards Kenjutsu Cross. There's so many different kinetic blades around this area. He's just making sure that he has the best one. There's two different variations. There's the blue one that you see here, gets you 2 charges, and then the purple one that you saw in the inventory moments ago, which gets you 3 charges. You can see they immediately get their kinetic blades and disengage, because this isn't a mess they want to be a part of.
Oh, I see you.
No, but it's certainly one that some of these duos
Nah,
are
stay
going
still,
to have
stay
to
still. I'll
inevitably
come to
face
you.
off for, because ultimately
Yeah,
it's
I'm
about
coming up,
taking
coming up.
over, having the claim to all of Kenjutsu Crossing
And
can
hello.
definitely be a great setup for
Yeah.
working your way
Oops.
later on into the match. And
This
as
one.
far as Zero's concerned, thought about taking some more shots there for some surge tag opportunities. Instead, it's going to be invested into farming resources and possibly looking to capture.
Yeah, it's not a duo I would not want to mess with very, very early on in game 1. You want to try to feel each other out, test the land, figure out which way the game is really swaying. And in comes Cooper and Miro, landing here week after week towards the north side of Slappy
used to.
Shores for them. They know it's going to be one of those moments between them and the team towards South Slappy where they're not going to go ahead and play aggressive right out of the gates. They may trade shots, but that's about it at most.
Yeah, but
I
after
used to have
watching
one.
Quals from yesterday with Miro and Cooper, they've
I
got
know
me feeling
she
pretty
did
good
it
with
to me.
everything. I mean, 7 matches.
But I can be
super
AFK.
early wall,
I'll be
fantastic
AFK for a
throughout
bit.
most of them,
If
but now,
I
Keo,
there's
nice
cake,
shots connected
but I will
onto
come
paper.
up
That's going to bring
later.
him down to the halfway point, but it is going to be a bit of a retreat here for Keo. He wants to make sure that he can pop a couple of those minis, get those shields replenished. Paper, on the other hand, did manage to find some regen of his own, but still has to be careful because he knows that accuracy was right for him.
Yeah, very interesting situation for Paper and Shadow to even be in, because that team was one of the 3 teams that landed over towards Kenjutsu Crossing. They got pushed out by Zyro and Yasir and immediately have to take loot from elsewhere. As soon as Paper noticed that, they say this is too early to put everything on the line. We want to have a consistent game throughout the full day on today. So you can see them kind of biding their time. Day 2, just getting a couple surge attacks before rotating out. Bylon Knifer over towards Citadel. Uncontested, so the only thing they have to worry about isn't going to be loot. It's going to be surge tags of their own.
For sure. And as for Kanata, hanging out by the racetrack, heard it from himself on the interview, definitely enjoying that switch up in his point of view as far as the landings are concerned, but just doing what he can right now, I think, to try and make sure that his materials are as high as possible. Definitely seems to be enjoying the lack of traffic, though, at the racetrack.
Definitely got to be enjoying that loot as well. And the spot he was at before was a little bit of a split drop. It was contested with one team directly there and another team towards the north. So a huge upgrade and a huge amount of space to really work with. But a team that we missed out last week, that 80 eliminations in round 2 this week, 30 more than the closest team. This is Epic Well. This is a team that is synonymous with the superstars of NA. And proud to kind of see them here on the big stage. We kind of talked about it a little bit. There was a couple of teams that just missed out last week.
And again, it's not necessarily that they're incapable as much as it is that sometimes things just don't go your way. But seems as though a level of seriousness has definitely been brought here for week number 2. So you can see Bugha, Yaz actually investing in Kinetic Blade. Looks for a little bit of a more passive rotation away, but it's NPen who might have to look out, trying to take that fight from the lower ground.
Yeah, it was just a bait right there from Yash, trying to make it seem like they ran away. NPen trying to cause destruction with the ODM gear, probably chopped down to his sides. As he continues to move his way up, gets dropped down yet again. The shots are getting traded, and right now they're behind on damage. against Zyro and Yasir. And that's why you see NPEN. You see him trying to build himself real estate to work with.
Like, NPEN's got a lot of builds, but he also has that ODM gear, which can take care of these builds in an instant. It's going to be a nice piece up already. Good blow from that Havoc pump, but NPEN still no knocks just yet. Debating, but it's Polarized who's actually going to be the first to fall, and this is an issue now because NPEN, he needs to close.
These guys, they've been teammates for so long. They know exactly how to play. When one's down, they immediately play that cat and mouse game to go ahead and get another elimination. That is a big team going down very, very early on in the game, and a huge amount of confidence for Zyro and Yaz going in towards the mid game. They got themselves Surge, and now they got themselves all that loot to work with.
Just such a great job here from Zero and Yaz, making sure to fully pincer Polarized in the process. They've isolated him from NPEN, and you could kind of tell in that instance that Polarized had gone just one layer too far away from his duo. So unfortunate start here, but it is only game 1 of 6.
As we tune in, Tavern goes down. And since I didn't see Nosh anywhere and there was no knock, you got to think that whole duo is sent back to the lobby as well. Huge fan of Turtle Tavern. Another one of those players that kind of welcomed me with open arms when I kind of graced the stage, but interesting position for Smite and Larssen to be in against Pump, who is kind of stuck towards the low ground with Trashy rotating. This could be their moment. They see them separating, and this could be their chance to 2v1.
Larssen's definitely thinking about it. He wants to figure out where Pump's going to go next, and Pump, though, he seems like he's gotten the better end of this ordeal as Larssen immediately forced to retreat inside of this bush. Gets a build-up around him, and a big bot will make sure that he's regened at least back to 50 shields, but still sitting kind of tight inside of that position.
I feel like it's Christmas every time I get to see Bacon and Batman Booga on the stream. And he's kind of one of our most aggressive players throughout last week. 4 of the top 10 teams in round 2 are from the former NA West region, including this one here. And you see him in some of those pieces to kind of lead up into the show. He was kind of talking about it. It may take me a major or two to get a spot that is uncontested, but whether he's contested or not, I think he's doing such a great job staying ahead of the game. 12 splashes, trading shots. He has the shield keg, very little to worry about. Right now, all they're really looking for is Surge and getting those tags against other teams in the lobby.
Doesn't seem as though he's the only one that's looking inwards, though, towards Shattered Slabs. Meanwhile, Edgy, a bit of a Sky Empire. I like the idea, though. It's always nice having an eagle-eye view of the lobby, making sure that if anybody is trying to push in towards your position, well, they should be able to cover with some Surge tags in the process. Does seem as though Edgy's finally found an opportunity, but it's whether or not these shots can actually connect.
You can kind of tell, just on that bottom right-hand corner of the minimap, you kind of see the edge of the zone, which goes to show they're possibly trying to gatekeep some teams out. That's how they're planning to get their Surge, but it might be a little too early on in the game for that one to come to fruition. Aviv and Skittles, kind of the leaders of Brutal Bastion, taking down Chubb, going down to the zone, though. That leaves Aviv in a 1v1 situation. You can see the key is on somebody's inventory as well. Instead of going and putting all into a 1v1 scenario, you can see what Skittles has in mind, dropping the splashes, trying to keep them alive longer. Bryce realizing this is going down. He goes for the refresh, giving himself 4 HP to work with. Beam is just not backing down. He gets the piece control on the side of Bryce, which is huge. You can see him throw in, scavenge up what little loot he can. You can see he's very, very low on builds.
But Bryce, he wants this. He doesn't want to continue having to play the runaround here. Nice opportunity, though, just to find himself even healthier. It's going to be the ODM gear straight into Aviv's box, but Aviv managing to build out just in time, forcing a small room to work with, but that HP is not exactly the dream situation here, and Aviv will wind up being elimed in the process, but Bryce still has to now collect that reboot card for Chubbs and look for an opportunity to bring his duo back into this one. It really seemed, though, at the start of that, Skittles, I think, really thought he connected the first time with that shot. That look back, I think, was the instance that really split the fight apart.
Yeah, just game-changing plays coming out of that one. Because typically, at least last week, if there's any sort of evidence on there, it was Aviv and Skittles time and time again that left Brutal Bastion with all that loot, the Mythic Havoc, the Slurp Juices. Now with them going down early, they're going to have to think about how they're going to bounce back. Rokane and Vert, they're just trying to move closer and closer. And you can see on the minimap, Weapon Cache, something worth fighting for. On the other side, you got to imagine Bucky and Okus might be sharing that cache, so it might be a race to who gets there first, who positions better out of the two teams.
Booga and Threats, on the other hand, They've got plenty of loot surrounding them, although they are going to spend a little bit of time here inside of the Storm. Don't think it's really going to have too much of an impact against their Storm Surge overall, and those 2 E limbs that they've collected together also maybe an indicator that they're good to go on damage.
Playing towards the outskirts of the zone with damage. It's got to be a good position for them as Epic Pros in an even better one. He's able to get the knock, 2v1. All it takes is a few seconds of separation for a duo to really advance on that position. And now you can see with all the confidence in the world, bulldozing their way, taking down the full team. That one's going to go ahead and finish off. That was Day of all people going down. And I thought Day was having a resurgence this season, but a hiccup already in game 1.
Sometimes the first one doesn't always go the way that you had envisioned it, but again, there's always 5 more games for Day to make his name known. And the reason why he has so much respect on it, I think another player, though, that's definitely garnered a good bit of respect over the past year, Muzz. And he's honestly just trying to do what he can to find his Surge Tag opportunities.
Yeah, you can see him looking on in the distance. When it comes to his loadout, he's set up pretty well. If it does come down to a heal-off, 2 different win conditions being a possibility. You saw the most damage taken by Yamzo and Rise. And they're a team that last season, slowly but surely, moved up the ranks, going down early in that final game of Major number 1. Cost them that top 2 position on the leaderboard. They were still able to walk away with the top 5, but for them, that's not what they want. They want to go ahead and advance to that global championship at the end of the year. And same could be said for everybody in the lobby, including Slacks and Nut, who's just trying to gatekeep these teams out. As the zone continues to pull towards the south, continues to pull towards the west, that's where it's going to get congested.
And this is almost looking like free real estate right now for Nut in terms of being able to apply some good damage here, maybe even look for a couple of knock or elim opportunities. And directly below him, 2 duos. If he's up for the challenge, and as for Jamper and Cam, they've got a pretty tight position to work with here. It's not going to be easy, especially having to work their way up that cliff face.
You can see them churning around big pots. Rift Island's finally going to spawn. You can already see who's going to be the first team to try to claim that position as their own. That's Zuki's and Landjock. They're going to be the first teams high up on that mountain, but slowly on the right side is going to be Kanata and Agers. Kind of hear them talking about their experience through round number 1 in that last week. Didn't necessarily take it serious. This time around, you can see everybody changing up their playstyle, changing up their outlook on the game overall.
Well, look, Kanata and Agers, they've got to put some hustle in their step if they want to stop Landjock and Zooks from claiming Rift Island. Because those overclock pulse rifles are always a beautiful bounty, but for Epic Will right now, he's just trying to not get too pieced up in the process of rotating.
I am back. Backy, back. What the heck happened? Here we go.
Let me show you what a dub is. Brother, I'm cold-blooded. Go with the most love. Drop in with the squad does it. Look like you can stop my skill, chop my bill. There's some of our coming at it up. So ill.
We don't dance, we just do that thunder roll.
Right from the undergrowth, run the show. I'm the one who knows where's fun to go. I'm a humble soul, but uncontrolled. If they wanna rumble, bro, thunder roll. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. If you wanna eat, I'll chef that. Come and move your feet, I'll let that. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. If you wanna eat, I'll chef that. Come and move your feet, I rep that. Yeah. Hold the W key, we're running the scene. They're coming to me, but tell them bots there is nothing to see. I bring the storm with this swarm. Don't be touching my team. We put the O right in front of the P.
MCT, we don't dance, we just do that thunder roll.
I like my salmon cold, fat and bold. Hats and gold, damn I'm gold. Don't tap and stroll, grab control. I make it happen, bro, that's my role. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. If you wanna eat, I'll chef that. Come and move your feet, I'll let that. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. If you wanna eat, I'll chef that. Come and move your feet, I rep that.
Hello, Mike. Hello. How's flipping going? My day's been good. Yes, it's a perfect day. And it's time to wrap these last every drive. RBT, having a second job. Help. We got one screw though. And there's bots here. That's full bots. There is a bot. Oh, I love that pistol. Okay. Love that pistol. Look at this. I bet. I'm marking mine. But his is closer to you. Oh, they're loud. Get this first. Get. And I got a streaming mic for my birthday. But I'm not using it because there. Or right there. And I have that style of Doom. I have that style of the skin wearing. Yep, Dr. Doom. Yep. And I started Chapter 2 Season 2. Yep. And I have passed through Chapter 2 Season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chapter 3 Season 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Chapter 4 Season 1, 2. Yep. To get some meat. Glad I take that. Ooh, get some gold. Getting it. Oh, I gotta see that. Knocked. I know. Anyway. Come on, game load. There we go. Gotta be some. I need some more ammo. Oh, it's going purple. Oh, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. You know, to sub. Stream and then